Hi again. Okay, I'm talking about post-suicide, how it affected our lives. Okay, so we finally did move into the new house. My husband lost his job, the great job that enabled us to build this great big huge house. Um, he lost the job. Um, that was not fair at all. He actually got cheated out of a big commission that he should have got. Um, and all this on top of the suicide of his son. I mean, and then it was so wrong what happened. But so we moved into the beautiful house. So I'm going to tell you about the house, okay? Um, it was a 5-bedroom house. Now we didn't have any of the kids living. Oh, the one, the one son, um, he did move in with us, and he lived in the basement, which we were going to make it in. We had a full finished basement, beautiful, with a full bath, beautiful bar, and billiard table, and a theater, right? Well, we didn't get the big screen and all the seats we were going to do for the theater. We had to put that off because we ran out of money. And but so the one son, he made his bed in the theater and he slept down there in the basement. But otherwise, none of them were with us. We made a mother-in-law suite on the main floor, and my mom came to live with us. Now, she was 77. She worked right up until she was, I mean, she might have still been working when we took her. The reason she was doing assembly line work with circuit boards. She was like doing something with rubber bands or something on the circuit board um, on an assembly line. So she had 3 car accidents in one year. Minor, thank God, but it just made me feel like, she shouldn't be living alone. She had a boyfriend, but he was married. Um, his story was that because they were Catholic, his wife wouldn't divorce him. Who knows? Anyway, um, 3 accidents in one year. One was in the middle of the night in her nightgown. She couldn't find her cat, so she went out looking for her cat in her nightgown in the car in the middle of the night, and she had a crash somehow. I don't know. Um, so 3 accidents one year. I said, mom needs to come and live with us. She shouldn't be alone anymore. So we made this nice mother-in-law suite with the bathroom inside right off the bedroom on the main floor. And we had the very nice big kitchen and the dining area, casual dining area. And then we had the family room, which was absolutely gorgeous. We had the huge big cathedral ceiling and great big crystal chandelier when you first come in the foyer. And then we had a room, which was, I guess it was supposed to be a formal living room or something, but I just called it the parlor or the sitting room. And we had, it was like a library also. I had books in there and nice chairs. I used all antiques and replicas to furnish the whole house. It was beautiful. We bought real Persian rugs, which I still have, most of them, and or Oriental rugs, whatever you call them. One's from China, um, and beautiful laundry room there. And we had a lot of land backed up right to the woods, and a canyon like behind us, so no one could build behind us. And we got a dog. We got a bull mastiff puppy, and we named her Xena. She was a sweetheart. She was so cute, and I took her to obedience training, and she flunked. But by the time she was 2, she was extremely obedient, really so good. She would get right into the shower. How I did that, let me tell you how I did that if you're trying to train your dog. Um, I would put doggy biscuits in the corners of the bathtub in the shower, and we had the sliding door. This was in the basement. I would wash her in the basement shower, and with the sliding doors by the tub, and I would put those biscuits in there, and she would jump in, and then I would slide the door closed real quick and put on the shower and wash her. And sh after a while, by the time she was 2, she would just go in by herself. I didn't have to fight with her to get her in. She would just walk right in and take the shower and all. She was such a sweetheart. Um, Very big. Bull Mastiff, they're really big. So we got my mom living there. We got a dog now, and the one son is living in the basement. His girlfriend was there a lot. I gotta say, I didn't, I liked the girl, but she was only 16 years old. It was too young. It was not right. Um, I didn't do anything about it. I just let it go. Maybe that was wrong. Maybe I should have tried to contact her mother or something. I don't know. I didn't, they never tried to contact us. I didn't know her parents at all. I don't know what the situation was. She was just very quiet, sweet girl, but so young. She looked much older. She looked like she could have been 25, but she was only 16. And our son was like 19, 20 at that time. But that's what was going on in the household, right? Uh, so my mom's living there, and my dad, Mark, absolutely loved my mom, and she's making sushi for him and everything, tempura and all that, and he loved the Japanese thing. Um, the stepson, I'm gonna call him James. The one that he was just 10 years old when I met him at the funeral, and he came into our lives after the funeral, and my mom and him just bonded. They fell in love with each other, and she wanted to go on a trip to Japan, and she took him with her uh, for the whole summer. His mom wasn't real happy because he was only supposed to go for a couple weeks, and then she wanted to stay longer. And you know, his mom reluctantly let him stay, but she wasn't happy about that. He was there like over 2 months, but he had a great time, no doubt, time of his life, I'm sure. And I, the thing I remember that I got a kick out of was because he was blonde, natural, very blonde, and had kind of long hair. And they said that the Japanese girls and all, they just so much went crazy over his hair. They all wanted to touch his blonde hair and all. They all loved him. He had a great time, and that was awesome. But my husband, like I say, he lost his job, and somehow we managed to get an RV, a big RV that slept 8, and his brother, who he was reunited with from the funeral. Um, I gotta stop for 1 second. Darn, it's like I gotta do something for 1 second. I'm very sorry about this, but I'll be right back. Okay, almost forgot I was cooking something. I had to turn it off before it burns. Okay, zucchini and mushrooms and peppers. So, okay, so he lost his job, and then the brother who was absolutely brilliant. I mean, I think they all had very high IQs. I think my husband was a genius, I'm quite sure. And his brother was very, and him, oh, yeah, his brother was absolutely a genius, no doubt about it. Still is, I'm sure. Anyway, he came up with a invention. So we got this motorhome. Uh, we got in, we got in on him with this, on board with him, and we got this motorhome, slept 8, and the whole family went down to Florida for a, some kind of show, uh, convention for entrepreneurs or for new inventions or something, I don't remember, but we were all on board with it, and it was very successful. But then we hit a stalemate when we came back with orders and all, but you know, the the two machines that we had were handmade by the brother, and it was like, okay, now we got to start, really producing these things, like, in a factory, and we had to raise some capital and all to do that, and it just didn't work out. It didn't work out. We were kind of stuck with the motorhome, so we started to leased it out, um, and so that took care of those payments. And we did have the boat, but not for long because we had to get rid of it because it cost so much to keep it at the marina, So we had to get rid of it. I love that boat. Oh my goodness, I love that. It was such a nice boat. It was I don't know the dimensions, but it had a little cabin with the bathroom and the bed and the kitchen and everything, and it could go really fast. And I just loved going out on that boat. I used to meet him at the marina after work on Fridays, and we would go out on the boat and watch the sunset on Lake Lanier and all. It was really nice. Good times. Um, but so things weren't working out so good financially because, oh, I gotta say, I didn't finish telling about the house, okay? This one's kind of convoluted here, I guess. I'm sorry. So upstairs we had the one bedroom downstairs, 4 more upstairs, but one was actually called a bonus room. So we had our master suite with our bathroom, very nice. I mean, we had a jacuzzi tub with like 20 jets all over the place. It was really great, beautiful bathroom and bedroom. We got matching recliners, fancy upholstered recliners, beautiful. Uh, a canopy bed, partial canopy bed. The front half was it was a replica, antique replica of a bed that was in the White House. Um, I think it was in the Lincoln Room in the White House, our bed. Anyway, and my mom, who was a seamstress, professional, she did that most of her life. She sewed the drapes for the canopy and the skirt for the bed and all that stuff. Funny thing, it was such a huge king size bed, and I actually fell getting into the bed and broke my arm. That was a big joke because who falls getting into the bed, but I did. And then we had to get a little couple of steps so I could get up into the bed easier after that. And so we had a guest room, like Jack and Jill bedrooms with a bathroom in between. And there were 2 guest rooms. Um, and big bonus room that could have been a nursery or a bedroom, but it was my office because I was working from home most of the time, and I got to paint it and do it just my way, and I painted it orange and had all green furniture. I loved that room, and 9/11 happened. Um, One day I was working up there in my beautiful room, my beautiful office room. And at that time, I was a team lead. I had four girls working under me, and one of them called me. They were all in the office, and one of them called me and they said, Susie, are you watching TV? And I said, no, I never watched TV when I was working. I was working. I really worked at my job, even though I was at home. And I said, no. She said, turn it on. I said, what channel? She said, doesn't matter. Just turn on the TV. And when I turned it on, the second plane hit the second tower. Um, so that was my 9/11. And Mark was home because he didn't have a job. And I remember we called my daughter, who was living in Athens, going to UGA, and we just said, we're being attacked, don't know what's happening, but you need to be here with us. So she came right away. And my boys were with their dad because after the funeral, they moved in with their dad right after they were like 17, almost 18. They moved in with their dad in California. And then they came back just for the funeral from the suicide. And then they went back and they were with their dad. So, funny thing there was that they told me afterwards was that their dad, the time difference, so it was only 6 o'clock in the morning in California when it happened. And they said they were sleeping, and all of a sudden, their dad, I guess he was getting up for work in the morning. He happened to be dating a lady whose name was America. And he started yelling, wake up, America's being attacked. And they thought his girlfriend was being attacked. And they jumped up out of bed because they thought the girlfriend was being attacked, but it was our America being attacked. And and the other son was living with us, I told you so. That was my 9/11 story. And maybe I'll end there for now. Okay. Thank you. See you again soon.